The play The Crucible takes place in Salem, Massachusetts in 1692. The play starts with some of the girls from the town dancing in the forest with the slave Tituba. The girls are caught dancing and say that they are dancing because of witchcraft. Later on in the play, all of the girls accuse any adult who would disagree with them by saying that they are a witch. Tituba was the first accused of being a witch along with 19 others. Abigail was the main girl that accuses everybody. The author of The Crucible, Arthur Miller, wrote The Crucible to tease and mock McCarthyism. He wrote this drama as a reflection of the political and cultural panic when the government went to suppress communism in America. Miller based The Crucible on the Salem witch trials. He correlated his emotions and thoughts of the trials to this play. Arthur Miller was an American playwright, an essayist, and a controversial figure in the 20th century American theater. He was born October 17, 1915, in New York and died on February 10, 2005, in Connecticut. Miller was best known for Death of a Salesman and All of My Sons.
In the short story, The Lottery, the small town of about 300 people came together for a ceremony they called the lottery. In this town, everyone knew each other, and it was like every other small town you would know. But this town did something different. They all came to the town square for a ritual where they would put their names in an old brown box that has been in the town for a long time. Mr. Summers would go through and state everyone's name in the town. When their name was called, the citizen would go up to the box and grab one slip of paper. Once everyone had their slip of paper, they got to open it. If their slip of paper had a black dot on it, then their family was determined to die. The author of The Lottery was Shirley Jackson. She was born in San Francisco on December 14, 1916. She started to write poems and short stories as a young teenager. She was best known for her short story, The Lottery. Shirley Jackson wrote The Lottery to express a theme of tradition. The town only did the ritual of the lottery because they have always done it and has been in their town forever.
In The Crucible, the character Abigail pretends to be possessed or controlled by a witch. She accuses many townspeople of being witches and controlling her and sending their spirits onto her. This results in many hangings of citizens. Abigail contributes to the theme by sticking her ground about the Salem witch trials and keeping with the tradition of still calling people out. In The Crucible, Abigail states, "I've been hurt, Mr. Danforth. I've seen my blood running out. I have been heard to murder every day because I have done my duty pointing out the devil's people, and this is my reward." This quote is saying that Abigail has given the judge the witches of the town's names, and now she is getting treated like she is lying. Abigail is adding to pathos appeal to get people to believe her lies. Miller portrays Abigail like this to show that anyone can get away with anything as long as they can get at least one person to support it.
In the short story, The Lottery, the character Tessie is married and has 3 kids. Tessie was the person that was picked to be killed in the town's game of The Lottery. Tessie contributes to the theme by going with the tradition and being a part of it, even though she does try to change it. In the short story, it states, "Be a good sport, Tessie," Miss Delacroix called, and Miss Graves said, "All of us took the same chance." This reveals that Tessie does not like the tradition all of a sudden because she got picked. Jackson writes Tessie this way to show how one's perspective of tradition can change once they are in wrong or in harm's way.
Salem, Massachusetts is a small town where everyone will trust each other, and they trusted the higher-up people. So when this crisis occurred, everyone was choosing to believe Abigail because her uncle was high up in power. The town was afraid of the witches and being vulnerable. Abigail played with people's emotions and feelings to get her way and make the townspeople believe false information.
The short story of The Lottery takes place in a small town. The day was June 27th. It was a clear and sunny day with the fresh warmth of the morning sun. Everyone helped each other out in the town. Tessie was just like everyone else. She went along with the lottery because it was a requirement for the citizens in the town, and it was a tradition. Then Mr. Summers was pushing for everyone to be a part of the lottery as well.
In conclusion, Miller and Jackson's message connected, stating that outside sources and a town tradition really impact a situation. Without all the townspeople, the deaths would have been minimized and there wouldn't be such a strain on keeping the traditions.